Hello students, welcome back. Today I am continuing our MySQL concepts. So, so the concept is viewing table structure. Okay, this is a very simple thing because we already created a database, we already created a table, we already created constraints and column name, and we already inserted so many data. Okay, but after some time we will forget all things. So with the help of this function we can again see the complete details of our table. So viewing a table structure, so it show all column names with data type and constraints. Okay, so simple thing is we can use DAC, and then we can use table name, or we can directly use describe and then we can use table name, or we have another new thing is show column from table name. So all these things will give the same result, means to show the complete detail of a table. Suppose for example DAC means describe student, semicolon enter. So you can see it will show all the columns name with data type, with a constraint, null, key and default extra. So through this result we can see the column names, data type, so for our knowledge purpose, so we can take another decision. Okay, suppose to show all the tables in the current opening database. In a database we can already created more than one table, so we can also see the table names. Okay, because so many tables name we will forget, can't remember. So this function very useful to show the list of table. So we can use show tables. So in a database we can see all the tables name. Okay, here some new things. Here insert data from another table. Suppose we have already created table, or in this table uh, some records are available and I want to copy this record in a new table. So it is possible. Okay, so to insert using a query, the following condition must be true. Both table must have already created. The columns of the table being inserted into must match the column output by the subquery. So these are the conditions for inserting data from another table. So we can take a practical example. Suppose for example insert into EMPL table the employee number, name, salary of all those employee of temp data that has completed 2 years. Okay, so you can see this is our table. Okay, this is our temp table. Okay, in this temp table you can see the structure: employee number ENT, employee name where character 20, salary integer, month integer. Okay, but our already we have a table EMPL. Okay, so insert into EMPL employee number, EMP cell, EM name, E name and salary. Okay, but data is available in the temp table. Okay, in temp table this column name already have records and I want to copy this record from temp to EMPL table. So here I am writing this query: select ENO comma ename comma salary from temp where month greater than is equal to 24. So from the table temp, so month column greater than 24, all records will copy and store into the EMPL table. So this kind of thing, this is an advanced command. So we can copy one table data into another table. So EMPL receive greater than 24 data temporary temp table. Okay, so we can also perform this thing. Okay, create table from existing table. So this is a new thing. Okay, so we can also perform creating table from existing table. Okay, so means we can just copy the structure of a table. So syntax is create table, new table name as, and then select command for we can also create a table on condition basis or selected records basis. Okay, so you can see this is an example. Suppose I want to create a new table ORD item. Okay, but here I am not mentioning column name and data type. Okay, so create table ORD item as, in you can see here items table already created. So select I code comma descript from items. So here item tables already created, or in items table already have two columns, I code and description. Okay, but in OID item there is no column, there is no data type. So only two columns of item tables, I code and description will send to the ORD item table. So we can also copy the records, we can also copy the structure of a table. So it is possible using the select command. Okay, so this table we create a new table called ORD item. Okay, so that store two columns, I code and description. Here item table already created. Okay, these are the new advanced command. Okay, now we have another operation, alter table command. This is important command. We can also change the structure of table, means we can change the name of column, we can add a new column, we can rename a column, we can change the order of column, we can delete a column. So after creating a table, we can also change the structure, we can also change the column name, we can also add a new column, or we can also add a new constraint. Okay, after creating a table, it is possible with the help of alter table command. So this command belongs to DDL, data definition language command. Create, alter, drop. Okay, this command belongs to DDL category. So it is used to add a new column, to add a integrity constraint, to rename a column, to redefine a column, such as including data type, size, default value. We can also change, add a new, delete. So all types of operation we can control our table structure. So you can see, suppose the basic operation is mostly always asked in the exam, add a new column. Okay, suppose you already create a table but you forget a column, but don't worry, there is no need to delete the complete structure, and we can also change the existing structure with the help of alter table. So you can see the structure is simple, alter table, table name, add, here add is important, a new column name, a new data type, size, constraint, and then semicolon. So you can see here I am using a example. Suppose in student table I want to add a state column with data type where character 30. Okay, here student table already created, but I want to include one more new column. So we can use alter table simply, and table name is student. Here add clauses is important, and state, this is our new column name, or data type means length of this is where character, where char 30, and the rule is we must input state of every new student. Okay, we must input state, we cannot left blank, so not null, that's semicolon. Okay, suppose I want to change the name of a column, so it is also possible with the help of alter table. Okay, the structure is alter table, table name, change old column name, then we can change new column name and data type and old size. So let us we take a example. Suppose to change the name of column state to state new. Okay, we have already added a new column state, but I want to change this name. So it is possible. State new and data type 30. Okay, last time data type is 30. Okay, this thing is same. Okay, so simple is alter table student. Here we can use change keyword. Okay, because I want to change the name. Change. So old column name is state, new column name is state new. Okay, okay, we can also increase or decrease data type, where character 30 and semicolon. So a new thing is we can change the column name permanently. Okay, we can also change the size of the column, means we can also control the width of a column. So again we can use alter table command, table name, change old column name, new column name, data type and new size. Okay, so simply to change the column state to state new and data type 35. Here I am changing data type 35. Okay, last time is 30. So simple thing, alter table student, change state. State is our old name, but here new name is state new, but here new thing is character 35. Okay, so it will increase the size of state of every student. Okay, there are so many things we can perform to change the data type and size of existing column. Here new thing is we can also change the data type. Okay, it is possible. So note, we can change any column data type or decrease any column size if rows for the column contain nulls. For this example, we can change a character column to where character and a where character to character. So here new thing is, suppose you want to change the data type, but here one important condition is the entire column must be blank, must be hold a null value. Then it is possible we can change the data type. Okay, so means in this particular old column on the column must be blank, must be hold null. So you can see alter table. Here we can use modify keyword. Here this is important. Modify, it is used to change the data type. Old column name, data type, new size. Okay, so you can see here to change data type of column state new character 20 to the student table. Last time state new is where character. Okay, so I want to change where character to only character. So you can see alter table student, modify state new character 20. Okay, to give constraint to existing column, to give constraint existing column. Here new thing is we can also use constraint. Our constraint is primary key, foreign key, not null, default, check. Okay, these are our constraint. We can also use for not null and default constraint, use modified clues. Okay, so you can see alter table, table name, modify old column name, data type, new size and not null. So you can see alter table student, modify state new character 20. Here constant is not null, so we can also include not null constraint. Okay, for unique, primary key, check and referential entity control constant, use add clues. Okay, so we can use add clues. You can see alter table, table name, add constant name, old column name. Okay, you can see, for example, alter table student, add primary key SID. Okay, so here our SID column have primary key constant. Okay, because when we create our table SID, we only use integer, but we did not mention primary key constant. We forgot. So, but after we can use alter table command and add primary key constant. Okay, so this is a new thing. We can also So there is no need to again delete this table and again create a again new structure. There is no need. We can also provide primary key constraint. Okay. Suppose here new thing is, suppose I want to delete a column. Okay. So we can use here drop column thing. So alter table, table name, drop column, old column name. So simple thing is alter table student. Suppose I want to complete drop state new column. So drop column state new. Okay. Drop primary key constraint. Okay. Suppose I want to remove primary key constraint. So simple alter table student drop primary key cache card. So this thing you can remember. So primary key constraint SID will remove, only primary key rule will delete, but SID column still exists. Change the column order. We can also shuffling the column order. It is possible with the help of alter table. So this facility is also available. Okay. Alter table, table name, modify, old column name, data type, new size, first, after. This is the structure. Okay. So to place name column on the first position. Okay. So this is a simple example only for learning purpose. This thing is not important, but only for it is possible. We can also change the order of our column of existing table. So alter table student modify name int first. So here first is important. So name automatically come the first position permanently. Okay. Okay, so these are the alter command. So there we can also perform so many things after creating a table. Okay. Now delete command. It removes only entire rows, not column names from a table. Okay. So delete from table name and where condition. For example, to delete all the rows of a column table. So delete from student means only column headings will exist, but another all the records, all the rows will delete. Only table structure will exist. Okay. To delete all the rows of the student table that have roll number greater than 105. We can also delete the condition based data, condition based row. So delete from student where roll number greater than 105. Only 105 greater than the records will delete in this student table. Choose the correct delete. So this example is very important. You always keep in mind, in delete command we never use star. Okay, we never use star. So what is the correct command, first or second? So second command is right, because in delete command we never use star. Okay, in the select command we use star to show all the columns. So delete from student, this is the right command, because delete command never use asterisk symbol. Okay, but here I want to delete a table. So we can use drop table command. So you can use drop table and table name. So drop table student. So it will delete only complete table of student. Okay. When you use show tables command, so student table will not show, including column names, including all rows, including all constraint, including all rows, including all columns, and including student name also will permanently delete from school database. Okay. So these are the commands you can see. Okay. Here new thing is, suppose we have in a database, we can also perform joining and grouping. Okay. So you can see these are our data. We already discussed. This is our school table. In school table we have two tables, student and marks. In student table you can see SID, S name, date of birth, ACT, pin code and fees, data type is integer, character, date, character 15, character 6, decimal 7,2. SID is primary key rule. SName not null means we must input the student name. Date of birth not null, we must input the date of birth. SCT unique means each and every city name will not repeat. Pin code is default, so default value, if we will not input default new thing, so default value will insert. And fees, we can use the check constant rule because our school have a certain rule of fees range. Okay, so these are the data, and these are the another table of a school database, marks child SID. So this SID will depend on student table, subject and marks, integer SID, subject character 20, marks integer. SID is important is foreign key. Okay, subject is check constraint. Okay, only Hindi and English subject will allow, and marks 0 to 100 in between we will use, and foreign key will repeat. But this marks table SID completely depend on student table SID. So these are our table structure. For exam, we can take example. So first we joining tables. Okay, so here there are several joining types, but the simple is cross join. Okay, so all the possible combination of rows from two table, both match and unmatched row include. Okay, matching and unmatching row you can see. So the simple thing is select start from student comma marks, or we can also write select start from student join marks, or we can also write select start from student cross join marks. So you can see all the records of student table, all the records of marks table will merge. Okay, here match and unmatched row you can see. So this output is not reliable. Okay, we cannot take this output because here match unmatch, so this will create a confusion. Okay, so cross join output is not reliable. Okay, but this is a joining type, so keep in mind. Okay, now equi-join. Okay, a common field of two tables, common field show two times. Here student table have SID column and marks table have SID column. So but SID repeat two times. Okay, so you can see select student.sid, student.sname, marks.sid, marks.subject. So you can see here student is table name, .sid student table column name, student.sname. So here student is table name, sname is column name of student. Marks.sid, marks is a table name, .sid is a column of marks table. Marks.subject. Okay, so marks is a table name, student subject is column of marks. Here two tables involved, student comma marks, and here I am using where. Here condition is important. We simply know primary key and foreign key always used for joining. So here student.sid is equal to marks.sid only because this column will match. Okay, only equally. Okay, so you can see this result. So only here student table SID you can see and marks table SID you can see. Okay, so in this repetition is of SID you can see, but here 103 is not include because this is a equi-join. Okay, the same query we can use in another method. We can use select s.sid comma s.sname m.sid because we can use aliases of a table name. You can see from student S comma marks M. So temporary student table have new name S, marks table have new name M. So we can also use these aliases. Okay, to select the particular column name of a particular table, or where s.sid, m.sid. Okay, we have another thing we can use. Select star from student, join marks on student.sid is equal to marks.sid. So all these things we can use for equijoin. It will give the same output. Okay, here equijoin have one problem. Here student.sid and marks.sid, two times we can see the repetition of column, but we can also avoid this repetition with the help of natural join. Okay, a common field of two tables, common field show only one time. Okay, so we can simply write select star from student as natural join marks m semicolon. Okay, so you can see here SID only one time show, S name, date of birth, SCT, pin code, fees and subject and marks, but SID show only one time. So this is the major difference between natural join and equijoin. Okay, one time show. Okay, now left join and right join. Okay, matching row first table, non-matching row null value of second table. So you can see here, you can see the output here 103 Rita, but in marks table Rita did not give the exam. Okay, so here Rita have no involvement in the exam, so null you can see. So our first table is student and second table is marks. So student table is our left table and marks is our right table. Okay, so you can see. So only simple thing is select student.sid, student.sname, marks.sid. We can select our choice column, and here from student left join marks. This thing is important. On student.sid based on student sid and marks.sid for matching, but here left table is according to left table. Okay, so 103 will show, but 103 is not available in the right table mark, so it will show blank. Okay, the opposite is right join. So in this left join according to student table, but here right join in this according to marks table. Okay, matching row of second table and non-matching row of null. So simply you can replace left to right. Okay, so according to marks table, all thing is same, but here new thing is 103 in the marks table, 103 is not available, so simply it will display the result. Okay, now here we can use group by command. Okay, so this will discuss in the next class. Okay students, please submit your today's assignment and your previous assignment. This is compulsory, and in the comment box you can write your name, class and your doubt also. If you want to ask, I will definitely reply. Thank you so much.